Hello, hello, hello. Celeste the Silver Cord here. Now I'm going to be doing a past life twin flame or soulmate reading for Taurus. This is for Taurus people or a person who is debating on whether they have been through this cycle before. How many times have you played out this timeline? Are you playing a set program? Let's see. Let's see if any twin flame energies come up. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Hello again. All right, so how the twin flame soulmate past life readings go. How we know if this is your reading, it will start to resonate with you. You will feel a sense of, yep, this is what's kind of going on now, just in a different time, right? Because we do tend to play the same similar storylines over and over again with the same soul clusters. You know, we talk a lot about soul clusters and stuff like that. And yeah, and you follow your DNA lines a lot of the times. You can jump, so that's not a 100% guarantee. Let's see what you got going on, Taurus. And this is just for people who is a Taurus in this life. You might not have been a Taurus. Usually not. You usually cycle through the signs for your lives too. Speaking of twin flames, that would be Luna blowing up my phone. She is someone I have done many, many lives with. Many. She's popped up multiple times in past life readings for me, past life hypnosis. You'd be amazed. All right, Taurus. Your first line starts out here: imprisonment and slavery, wisdom, and the mother card. All right. And we got spouse. Spirituality is in the center of your reading here. Medicine woman, got a karmic relationship, orphan, and authority figures. So I'm already picking up on a strong sense that you were probably part of a slave caste type system here. Either a slave caste or some sort of indentured servitude. Maybe your mother picked a spouse for you. Or a mother figure picked a spouse for you. Yeah, since you might have even been an orphan in this life. So your mother figure would have been the person who kind of had you in this indentured servitude type slavery system here. I think a lot of it is centered around spirituality, though. And I do sense that you had a very strong gift for medicine and healing. So let's get some clarifiers going on here. See what else we can get from this story. Karmic relationship. It's towards the end here. And the karmic relationship may or may not be. This other person will get more as we go along. This could just be you formed a karmic relationship within this life. Debts that are unbalanced. Things that happen that have not been balanced out or paid back. That you will be working through in this life. A challenge for you. Fun. Probably with this, I'm getting a strong sense that a lot of it has to do more with the mother figure in this sense. Being controlled. This life left you with a lot of fighting against authority. See, I do see the conflict here with the imprisonment and slavery card, but then over the mother card, I have the 10 of Cups. So it's like the conflict of being happy in a situation where you were essentially a slave to a person. But with a spouse of spirituality, they wanted stable for you. It was all about maintaining some sort of stability. You did have visions of the future, and over your karmic relationship card, this is what I was saying, it could have been your mother, it could have been this other person. I'm getting a strong sense that it's probably this other person. Inspired you in some way to break out of your routine and change your routine, right? To find some new ways of doing things. And they opened your eyes to a lot of possibilities in the world, the 7 of Cups here, which is why you suddenly wanted to challenge authority figures. All right, now just because it popped up as a karmic doesn't mean that they're not a twin flame. It just means that there is a karmic debt in between you two. Could even be a balance of karmic debt in between the three of you. Because like I said, you do travel in clusters, and we do come here to play this game with multiple people. All right, let's see. The person that is on this Taurus's mind, what are they like in this life that they have together? This person is weaving in travel, spirituality, right? Lessons and blessings. This life was a lot of travel for them. They were very keen on their spirituality from a young age too. And I do see communal living here. So their foundation came from communal living areas, right? Where you didn't really use money. Everybody had their job. Everybody worked together. That was kind of their childhood baseline though. But I have a feeling a lot of that leaving and travel came from a lot of persecution and things going on of that nature. I do see that they were fond of writing, acquiring, and holding on to as much knowledge as they could through their travels here. You get the male-female card. This is a strong indicator of this person definitely did have the twin energy. They came back multiple times. They've shifted genders several times. All right. We got the Greco-Roman card here. So this could have been during the Roman Empire eras. I know I pull that card a lot, but that's where a lot of the history is, folks. I don't know what to tell you. It was a big melting pot over there, so a lot of timelines do go into that. And remember, the Roman Empire was huge. So it encompasses a huge amount of space over there, from Europe to Northern Africa to the Middle East, was all engulfed in that Roman Empire. So that's anywhere in those areas that this could be picking up. But I'm giving it during a timeline where slaves were still a prominent part of the culture. Do get this with them, though. I want to pull some clarifiers before I speak on that. You know, the monk and nun card usually comes in as like they live like a monk-like existence, right? No attachment. They don't follow lust, things of that nature. But it's at the very end of this. Let's see what else we can get from them. I am actually not sure if that would be considered BC, because the Romans, they kind of took over Christianity. And Christianity got its foothold in the Roman Empire through, it started out as a slave religion at first. Christians were originally persecuted by the Romans, and then they switched at some point. So that could have had a lot to do with the spirituality too. Like, and the Roman Empire lasted like 500 years too, so there's a big chunk of time in there. So I got the leaving and travel over the spirituality. I have the Five of Pentacles, right? The worry of money, the mental prison of money, right? And I'm going to go with it. It's a he in this life. And now this is someone who was extremely passionate in one sense, but he was also very controlling. He liked to have a lot of control. You know, I am the machine. This is that's the quote that I always hear when I think I am the machine, right? A lot of like, I don't let emotions run me. I'm very centered, very in control of myself and my words and my thoughts. But deep down, I am an extremely passionate person. But with him walking away here, right, his back's to it, it's like an extremely passionate person that doesn't show a lot of their passion. Where is their passion really in? This is the card it's over. Their writing. That's where they really bore their soul, but I have a feeling they kept a lot of that hidden. I do see here at the end, Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and look who's on that. So I'm sensing this is kind of a conflict card over the monk or nun there. And the Ten of Pentacles is over this one. So it's like, I get a sense that they made good money. I believe they made most of their money, though, through their writing. That was their main skill. Not only did they acquire knowledge and things of that nature, they were also scribe writers for people, and that's how they accumulated a lot of their own knowledge as well. By translating, copying books and texts for people, they were able to maintain copies for themselves as well. And they made a good living off of doing that. All right, so what happened when you guys came together? So we got working class, and we got a slave. Very spiritual people. There's your answer to your question there, Enchanted. It was during biblical times. All right. I'm going to need a bunch of clarifiers for this, but still got leaving and travel. Still got the high priest, high priestess. I got the Starseed card. Very old souls, both of you. You see, the love was unrequited. Said he had that monk card at the end of his deck there. I got biblical, scribewriter, back to communal living here at the very bottom. Some clarifiers on it. Now, in a personal reading, you guys would be able to, it would be talking back and forth, so you guys would be able to engage in a lot more, and that's why they would take longer. Usually takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to get through a full reading like this, when we can engage and talk back and forth. So with that galactic card and the male-female card on the other side, I am getting a strong sense that this was the type of twin relationship that really they bring in these really rough lessons. Because the twin relationships, they never follow proper. They usually force you to kind of break out of social norms. Alrighty. Yeah. This part. When y'all came together, I don't think you realized that, you know, a lot of that power that you were getting was because he was on a substance. So it's like phobias come in now where in this life now you can be dealing with having to deal with the fact that you have phobias and a slight bit of a paranoia problem with watching people because of a deep-seated fear just from past lives of these types of toxic secrets popping up on you. In the end here, over the scribe and writer, you do have the walking away, right? So he does leave, and he goes back to the communal living that he was in. But I find that in spiritual sense for him, that y'all's love took a very holy place for him. I will say another Two of Cups, twin energy here, and the Queen of Swords is left in chains. I just think in the end you guys couldn't beat the social standings that were around you. You were a slave. They were coming off a lot like, I mean, even with the biblical card that they were like, yeah, they were a scribe, writer, things of that nature. They had their own life. Monk nun card that came up, and right back to communal living. So they went back to the very peaceful existence like that. I'm sorry it didn't work out in that life, but that is why you guys are here in this life, to try and see if you can work it out again in the new world where slavery is not a thing anymore. I'm going to go ahead and bust out my goddess deck again. I pulled it out this morning for cards and coffee, so let's give her some love today, huh? Let's see. What can we do about this connection in this life that is going on now? What advice from this past life or general messages can we give Taurus? 20 years old. Still shuffles beautifully. I love this deck. Alrighty. What do we got going on? I do feel like this person does knock you off balance a lot with the King of Swords here. Well, he said the King of Swords. He's clear thinking. He's an intellectual, but he don't have a whole lot of emotion around him, right? He's a very practical person. And I think they make you feel like you're the crazy person. And that kind of really puts a damper on your powers, right? On you feeling empowered. Because they're so logical about it, and you're like, a lot of this stuff isn't really logical, but I'm trying to figure it out on spiritual levels and things like that. And you just telling me I'm crazy is kind of putting a damper on feeling empowered, right? Almost like you do, like, yeah. When someone's telling you you're crazy all the time, you're like, but these things are happening to me. It could definitely mess with your head a little bit. In the middle here, it's the Lover's card. It's Venus, right? So definitely this is an extremely powerful connection. One of the reasons I love this deck so much is in this Lover's deck, it's just her, right? And the message is, and I know it's cliche and it's cheesy and people hate to hear it, but it is, you have to love yourself so much that it doesn't matter what anybody else says, right? That it doesn't matter who loves you and who doesn't love you. You have to love yourself that much. You have to love your own crazy. Love your own crazy. Damn what they say about it. One, damn what he says about it. He does feel it. Damn what he says about it. He does feel it. Just because he doesn't acknowledge the crazy and you do does not make you crazy, right? Love yourself, love your crazy, embrace it, enjoy it. The love connection, whether you're in union with them or not, is very powerful, right? It's a powerful, beautiful love energy. You know, I talk about this, you know, like I said, for me, if anybody's a twin for me, it's a Luna. And we joke and laugh all the time. We're like, what? People fall in love with us. And we fall in love with people. I mean, my boyfriend gets on me all the time. He tells me, he's like, you know, I'll come home from doing readings and I'll be talking about all the people that I met. And he goes, you need to stop falling in love with all your clients. It's an intense love energy if you came here with the twin energy. And it has more to do than just the connection with one person. Has far more to do than just a connection with one person. That's why it's very important, right, that you love yourself. It does still say here, you got the Four of Pentacles reverse. Now, a deep thing with the twin connection too is the dependency issues. You can feel very codependent on other people. You need to stabilize yourself. You need to be able to take care of yourself. It's important in finding your own strength. If you want to, you know, you got to turn these two around. You got to stabilize yourself, and stabilizing yourself, you'll get back into your power. And where does it start? It starts with loving yourself all the way down to your crazies and your imperfections. You got Diana and the moon here at the end, right? You know, the moon is all about, what is it? Don't lose the forest for the trees. You know, don't get so distracted by the trees right in front of you that you can't even see the entire beauty of the forest playing out around you. You are being guided. There is more to be revealed. There's more that's going to be coming about, right? You just have to figure out. Now, you do have to figure out what's illusion. Because with these super intense connections, some of it is real and some of it you manifest yourself in your own mind. And the moon card is really about trying to figure out what illusions you're putting on yourself that are trapping you. And I've mentioned this a bunch of times before in other readings. People who feel like, oh, this person's energy is pushing on me and they're always wanting to do things I don't want to do. And they're not really calling you or talking to you or even in contact with you, but you feel like their energy is making you do things and you're not in control. Right there, that is it. That is your mind trap. You're always in control. You're in control of you. You're in control of your emotions. You're in control of yourself. If you don't like the way an energy is pushing on you or where it's bringing your thought patterns or what it's doing to you, don't allow it. Fight back against it. You're allowed to do that. You don't have to just blindly follow things just because you feel like someone's thinking about you or you feel like they're pushing this intense connection energy on you. How you respond is your choice. Exactly. You end up causing yourself to feel this way, and that's the illusion. You think this other person's making you feel this way. They're not. That's how you're perceiving it, right? Twin energy is love, guys. 100% love. 100% love. And all this romantic, gender, lust, nonsense means nothing on the higher realms. It means nothing to realms that don't have bodies. There's a little thought candy for you there, right? If you didn't have a body and the hormones and the lust and everything else like that, you'd have a totally different perspective over what's going on, right? It's okay to love people, and we're allowed to love each other, and we're allowed to love without making it romantic, 1. And 2, don't let anybody else convince you that you're crazy. Love you're crazy, but honor when you're being crazy, right? Honor, well, this could just totally be in my own head. And as soon as you allow yourself that little gateway, this could just be in my own head, that gives you the power of saying, well, if it's just in my own head, then it's my thing and I can shut it down if I don't like the energy coming off them. If they're being an asshole, shut them down. You don't have to engage with people that you don't want to. The twin flame whole thing is to come here and teach us all new perspectives on love and raise the frequency of the world. All right, Taurus. That was your reading for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, like, share, subscribe, spank my bell, click my buttons, tell me that you like it. And blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love you guys, and I will try to catch you tomorrow.